lived in that house for 14 years of our life. My youngest brother was born there. He spent his entire life there, and it was really hard leaving that house because we'd spent so much majority of our lives there. We'd built memories there. We had learned the people in our neighbourhood.
So this is the home. This is a Birmingham City Council property, let as temporary accommodation. You can see the mould is pretty much everywhere.
We built communities and we were just so used to our lives being placed there. We walked to school, we had shops that like catered to us, and like it was, our entire life was based on us living there.
The mould there in the attic space, which the family, which is condemned, family aren't allowed to go up there. This is part of the roof, which has been damaged by water.
So obviously the shock of us having to move out of that home in such little amount of time, and then whilst also having Dad in the hospital, kind of came crashing down in one go.
This is where part of the banister broke off as one of the children grabbed onto it, and they slipped a couple of steps down, but were luckily okay.
And it was hard to move out as well because we had so much things there which in hindsight probably seem like just material things, but then it holds a lot of memories, a lot of kind of, you know, happiness, tears, everything. So having to kind of remove all of those things, undo things, like even little bolts and screws that were being undone, it felt like our life was basically being undone in that home.
You can see in this bathroom, which the family keep very clean, but again you can see the mould up there.
Like where you live is the most important thing, because where you live is where you get, you know, like where you are, especially where you're raised in, but where you kind of reside in, where you go to sleep at night, that kind of sets a tone for a lot of things.
This is the bathroom that he has to use, which I think it's hard to express the level of damp.
So especially with me, it's like whenever I kind of go out and have an amazing day, I still have to come home to a room full of mould.
State of the ceiling. This is the damp, and the mould is like literally growing, you can see.
So when you see that, like a parent of yours, and both my parents of course, but obviously after my dad became sick, he wasn't able to work or do much like in terms of kind of providing for us. But when you see my mum and having to kind of juggle being a mum, being like, you know, a working woman, being a wife as well to my dad, it's like what, like it kind of makes you feel like what have we done to kind of deserve to be living in such struggle.